Yeah.
Oh, I'll be sweating for Ben. Tampa's covering, boys.
Welcome to Better Win Green, eh? To Better Win Green, eh? To Better Win Green, eh?
Welcome into the Better Green podcast, where you listen in and we help you cash out. We take cashing out very seriously here, as cashing out is what allows us to make this podcast every week. Cue the Paul Rudd and Hot Ones. Look at us.
Hey,
Look at us.
look at us.
So if you want to make some quick money this weekend and every weekend, consider following us on Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram at Better Green. That's Better, Bettor Green. And follow us on YouTube. Listen to our podcast on Spotify, Amazon Music. YouTube's my favorite, guys. I don't know about yours. That's where you can watch the video form and the highlights from the show. So consider subscribing. The big three this week was a little rough for us, but the squad ride hit again with a success rate of 75%. You're going to be hard pressed to find a hit rate higher than 75%, aren't we, Ethan?
Yeah, man. Like you said, big three, a little rough this week. Yeah, I love Cleveland +6.
I actually love the Titans here. I hate that I'm going with them again.
How many touchdowns do the Chiefs need to score just to get up 10?
But we are still profitable on the year between all of us. And yeah, squad ride 75%. You're making money every week with us. So I challenge you to find anyone better.
Yeah, big three is definitely all 1 and 2. Fuck the Titans, fraudulent ass team. But squad ride, we're sharps around here, 3-1. And we don't take the easy line every time. I think 2 of the 3 times we made a team that didn't make any sense. So,
Zach, the first week of our prop parlay almost hit. We hit 2 out of the 3 legs, man. Not a bad start.
no, yeah, it was definitely, we didn't plan doing the same game. So
No.
that was kind of weird that we all did the same one. I'm not going to say it's Ethan's fault, but it pretty much is Ethan's fault. So I'll let Ethan explain his pick there.
Yeah, I mean, just loss on Jason Myers. What can I say? I think we knew it was probably going to come down to me. And
That's so
I mean,
true.
man, that Panthers defense had so many 3rd and longs that they just could not stop them.
Mhm.
Would have been an easy field goal. So, yeah, bummer. But I like my pick this week. And hey, it's parlay. You're not going to hit everyone. We're not going
That's
to be
true. That's
75%
true.
in our
Right,
parlay.
exactly. That's true.
We hit the next 3. We're at 75%, just like the squad ride. We're feeling good.
Yep.
Exactly.
Right.
You guys ready to talk some NFL football?
Yep.
Get to it.
Okay. Thursday night game, 49ers. They head out to Seattle to face the Seahawks. Seahawks are 3.5-point underdogs. Over under set at 43.5 points. Ethan, I'm going to let you start with this one.
Yeah, so believe it or not, I actually like Seattle quite a bit in this game. Even after Brock Purdy and the Niners just dismantled Tampa Bay on national TV, 35-7, just a complete ass kicking. They'll have to travel on a short week to Seattle. I know it's not a far travel from San Fran to Seattle, but this is the first short week in the career of Brock Purdy. So it could be a difficult spot for him. It's a divisional game. And this decides the division. I'm pretty sure San Fran clinches with a win, so Seattle needs the victory to stay alive there. There's no doubt Seattle was looking ahead last week. That's why we all loved the Panthers quite a bit. So I really like Seattle in this spot. Obviously the San Fran defense is pretty feared, best in the league. They actually played better on the road as well, which does make me nervous. But I just think 3.5 in a divisional game of this size, I just think it's too many points. So I could see this ending in a field goal. I kind of like fading quarterbacks too after they make their first career start. They come out, it's a huge game for them. Next game, they kind of settle in and start making a few mistakes. So I think this is a play against Brock Purdy, a play on Seattle, and a play on the home team on a short week.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more here. The line seems kind of short also. 3.5 for Niners that look unstoppable. Seahawks are trying in the wrong direction. Line short to me. I like Seattle here with the points. You said it. I mean, and it's Brock Purdy's also banged up. We don't even know if he's going to play yet. If he doesn't play, I have no idea who's starting. And he's playing in one of the toughest environments to play in the league in Seattle. The last time the Niners won in Seattle was 2011. So I really like Seattle here, and Debo being hurt, another weapon gone. I think Niners still pull it out, but I think 3.5 is a little too much.
I love the Niners this week. Love the Niners. That deep. I know you guys are talking a lot about Brock Purdy, but we were talking about Trey Lance, then we were talking about Jimmy Garoppolo. Now we're talking about Brock Purdy, and they continue to win and beat the hell out of teams. So Seahawks going the wrong direction. 49ers have a lot of momentum right now. 3.5. If it was 4.5, I would be with you guys leaning Seattle. But I think getting that point, the 3.5, I'm going to swallow the points and take the Niners.
I can't blame you. The Niners are the best team, top to bottom, in the roster in the league. So,
Yeah, I do believe that quarterback will be Josh Johnson if Purdy can't go. But I look at that. If Purdy can go, we might be getting some extra points with Seattle. And I actually like Seattle more if Purdy plays because it is the play against the rookie on the short week.
And he's hurt.
Yeah, if Josh Johnson starts, I actually probably lean San Fran. So.
Colts head out to Minnesota to play the Vikings. Vikings are 4-point favorites. Over under set at 48.5. It's one of the highest over under set for this week. Zach, are we rolling with the Vikings? Or are you taking the points with the Colts?
So yeah, this total is very high for a Colts game. I lean the Vikings. My favorite spot here is the over. Total's high for a reason. The Vikings defense is absolutely atrocious. I mean, they're letting up yards in. I mean, it doesn't matter who's that quarterback. They're allowing 403 this season, and the last 3 games they've allowed 453 total yards. I mean, Mike White tore him up, Jared Goff tore him up. It's just everyone's doing it. So as a prop in this game, I like Pittman over 58.5 yards. I mean, I think Matt Ryan's have to throw the ball around to keep up with this Vikings offense, and throwing to his best guy, Pittman, who no one could cover him on the Vikings. So my favorite spot here is the over.
Yeah, I kind of agree in a way. I like Indy with the points. That's my favorite bet in this game. They have the rest advantage, and Minnesota's not really playing for much, especially in this game against an AFC opponent. They're going to win the NFC North. They're not going to win the 1 seed. So they're just kind of, in a weird spot for the rest of the year. I don't think there's a ton of urgency for them. And like I said, Indy does have that rest advantage. They're playing in the dome of Minnesota, but it's comfortable for them. So I like Indy quite a bit. I also do like a lot of offensive props in that game. I think you could go Pittman, you could go Alec Pierce. You could look at the names leaving me here, but their other receiver, Paris Campbell, Matt Ryan, all of the above. So I do like a lot of props on Indy's side. I think Indy could win this game outright. So I'll take the points, and I actually lean under. I just see it being, I think both teams could just run the ball quite a bit. Indy's defense is actually pretty good. They're 8th in yards allowed and 3rd in pass yards allowed. So I don't think Minnesota's going to have that great of an offensive day. So yeah, I look for Indy to control the pace of the game, win the game outright, and stay under the total.
You're picking Indy to outright win?
I think Indy gets it done.
That's pretty bold. I am with you that I think they're getting a lot healthier, which is something that they weren't at the beginning of the season. I do think that this is a closer game, but at 4 points and Vikings being at home, I feel like the Vikings is the lean here. The Baltimore Ravens head out to Cleveland to face the Browns. Browns are 3-point favorites at home, over under set at 38.5. Zach, Deshaun Watson, are you going with him this week?
It's tough to pick a side in this game right now. I don't know who the Ravens quarterback is. It could be anywhere from Lamar, Huntley, or Anthony Brown. I doubt Lamar plays. I don't think he practiced today. Huntley's looking like he's going to play. So I'd probably lean the Browns, but my favorite play here is the under, regardless of who's quarterback for the Ravens. Ravens and Browns defenses have been really good the last 3 games. The Ravens allowing 17 points, Browns allowing 18. And Deshaun and the Browns offense just it's not clicking at all. Chubb's not running the same as he was in the beginning of the year. Both defenses have been playing well. I lean the under here.
Yeah, I definitely lean Cleveland as well. I think they get it done. Both teams have so many divisional games left. It's kind of weird. Baltimore, 3 of their last remaining 4 games are in the division. Cleveland, 2 of their last 4. Cleveland obviously not going to win this division or probably make the playoffs, but Baltimore, they're wide open for where they're going to end up in this season. If they win that division or if they're a wild card team and where they are at in the wild card. So kind of a big game for Baltimore, but Yeah, there's too much of a question mark around them. I think Cleveland can get it done. I think they cover. This is Deshaun Watson's third game. He looked a lot better in game 2 than he did game 1. So I expect that to kind of continue. Um, and I actually like the over in this game. I do think both offenses can kind of get it together. 37 is just so low. So I don't know if I'll be playing anything in this game, but I think Cleveland minus the points would be my favorite play.
Zach, I'm with you. With a low line, I still think it probably goes the under. And in that scenario, the Ravens defense has been playing much better. They have the best kicker in the league, and they have more to play for right now. So,
For sure.
with a 3-point divisional game spread, the Browns, my favorite thing with the Browns is their defense. I'm not loving their offense right now. Deshaun played a little better, but I don't think it's going to be enough to cover. They might still win, but I don't know if they cover. The Dolphins head to Buffalo to face the Bills. Bills are 7.5-point favorites in a divisional game. Over under sit at 42. Zach, the Dolphins last week, we were still kind of high on them. They got just smoked. Tua looked terrible. Does he bounce back against the Bills?
No. I'm sad. This is a terrible spot for them. I'm a Dolphins fan for my whole life. I know how bad they play in Buffalo. They don't like cold. I mean, I'm pretty sure I saw they were using heaters in the Charger Stadium. That's pathetic. Sources say it's going to be the first freezing game of the season. I think 28 degrees in Buffalo, probably lower than that with the wind and everything. This team doesn't play well in cold. I think Tua's record in cold games is not good at all, and in Buffalo in general. I don't know what's going on with the Dolphins offense. I've seen some bad Dolphins offenses. That was the worst I've ever seen in my life. I mean, Hill got banged up. I think he still plays, but I mean, and Bill's offense isn't doing that great, but I do not think the Dolphins with the points here. I like the under, if anything, because I think both Dolphins offense and Bills offense, both not playing that great. Defenses have been doing okay, I guess, but I do not like the Dolphins at all this week, unfortunately.
Yeah, so we're going to disagree again. No clue what to make of that spread. It's just a ton of points in a divisional game, but like Zach said, just horrible spot for Miami. Third straight home game. They don't play well on the road, as Zach has mentioned in the past. They've been out west for 2 straight weeks. Now they have to go to the cold. And yeah, they used heaters when it's 55 degrees. So have fun cutting that in half.
When I saw that, I said, "Yep, they're definitely losing this game." So.
Yeah. The only way I could probably look at the side is taking Buffalo in a teaser down to -1, 1.5, just get them to win the game. But my favorite play is actually the over. I think there's a lot of value on it because I think people think the weather is going to be pretty bad in Buffalo, which I've seen different reports. I've seen 1 to 3 inches of snow. I've seen 3 to 7 inches. But really the wind is what concerns me. It's only going to be like 10 to 15 miles per hour, which isn't going to be a problem. So I think we're getting some added value simply because of that weather. It kind of scares people away. So I think Tua actually does bounce back this week. I think he plays well enough. Right. I think Tyreek and Jalen, I think they just have a better game overall. It can't be much worse. But, yeah, I see this game going over that total by quite a bit. And both offenses are top 10 yards per game, pass yards per game, and points per game. And then Buffalo is actually the number 1 points per play at home. Miami's actually third for yards per play. I'm sorry. Miami's third best yards per play on the road. So, yeah, I like the over quite a bit.
I'm with you, Ethan. I like the over too. But I lean the Bills. Just this Dolphins team, I think they're going to score and they're going to be okay, but I think there are going to be drives where you could just tell that offense doesn't want to be there. The linemen, man, when it's so cold and you're just getting hit like that, I know from experience, man, it just feels like your bones are breaking. It feels terrible, and they're going to want no part of that. The Lions head out to New York to face the Jets. Jets are 1-point favorites. Over under set at 44. Ethan, the Lions have had an incredible offense this year. Jets have had an incredible defense. Who's going to win out?
Yeah, so Lions obviously hot as could be right now. 5 of their last 6, should be 6-0 in their last 6 had they beaten Buffalo on Thanksgiving. And as a fan, I just want to keep riding that, but I just have a horrible feeling about this game. I really do. I actually love the Jets quite a bit, -1. And, it's kind of like a stock market. You buy low, you sell high. This is my buy low on the Jets. I'm selling high on Detroit. This is what Detroit does. They pull you back in. They make you watch every single game of theirs, and then they break your heart at the end. They've been doing it for years. I'm used to it, and here we go again. The one advantage for Detroit is the spot favors them just a bit because the Jets do have a Thursday night game on deck, so they will have a short week. But they're playing Jacksonville, so the Jets really need every win they can get at this point. I don't think there's a huge look ahead there. And this is really just a fade on Detroit on the road. They just haven't been a great road team this year. They did get wins against Chicago and actually in MetLife Stadium against or the Meadowlands. Yeah, Meadowlands against the Giants. But I just don't see it happening. The Jets have a much better defense. Jared Goff is atrocious on the road. He has only 2 touchdown passes this season on the road, 7 turnovers, which is 4 interceptions and 3 fumbles lost. And he only has 7 picks on the year, so 4 of them are on the road. And this Jets defense is arguably one of the best that they're going to face this year. They're top 6 yards per game, pass yards per game, and points per game against. They're 13th in rushing yards per game. So I think Detroit's going to want to run the ball because that is the Jets' weakness, if you can even call it that. So I do like the under in this game as well. I think Detroit struggles offensively. I think the Jets' defense does pretty well, and yeah, I think it might come to an end. The magical couple weeks for Detroit. I think the Jets get the best of them here.
Yeah, it's tough to know what side to pick here. Mike White seems like he wants to play. He's quoted, "I feel like I can play. I feel like I'm ready to roll." That guy's a fucking warrior. He was getting killed out there. I think he had to be like rushed to a hospital for his ribs or something. That dude's insane.
Yep.
Zach Wilson's career is over in New York, by the way.
Yes.
Lions, as you said, and fire NFC playoffs. Maybe. I mean, you never know. Yeah, Goff in the cold too. He's an LA kid. I'm not sure how he's going to play. I'm not going to be touching a side because I don't really know how to read it yet, but I like the under in this game. Probably my favorite, under 44. Lions offense has a tough time. I think they're going to have a tough time getting yards on this defense. Yeah. And Lions defense has actually been like decent in the last couple of weeks. I mean, they're not allowing too many points. So I think the 44 is just a little bit high. My favorite thing, if I'm picking a prop, is Garrett Wilson's over yards. I don't know the line yet, but that's my favorite. Detroit defense, they don't really have anyone to guard them. So that'd probably be my favorite.
I like the under. And I feel like we've had positive Lions vibes all year long. And I hate that we're all going against them this week, picking the Jets.
I'm rooting for them. I guess for Ethan to be happy, but also I mean, the Jets, I also want to lose for the Dolphins' sake. Yeah. So I go Lions for me. And if they make the playoffs, that'll be awesome. I'd rather have them than the Giants. So
let the Lions way more fun to watch.
Yeah,
for sure. And I think and they're better in my opinion. So I mean, they beat them already.
Yeah.
So
One more stat about this under. The Jets have only gone over 44 points at home this year once out of 6 games. So not putting up the points at home.
Yeah.
I think the under is the play here, honestly.
It is big time. Cheer on the Lions, but put your money on the Jets.
Yep.
The first place Eagles head out to Chicago to face the Bears. Bears are 9-point underdogs with the over-under set at 48.5. Zach, you are residing in Chicago, so I'm going to let you cover the Bears.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not a Bears fan, but total's high for a reason from here. I like the over in this game quite a lot, actually. Eagles look unstoppable. Their offense is ridiculous. Hurts is my MVP at this point in the season, personally. I mean, I think with the Mahomes 3-pick game, Hurts is in the running for. I think he's favored now. So, and this is the biggest look-ahead spot of any look-ahead spot possible in the league. They face the Cowboys on Christmas Eve next week. So I'm not going to be fading them in terms of the spread, but I'm fading them in terms of the over. I think their defense lets up some points. The Bears are coming off a bye. I think Eagles scored their usual 25-30 against this terrible Bears defense. They could score 35 maybe themselves, but I think Bears hang around. I think Fields makes some plays. They could put up 20. So I think that over 48.5 is my favorite thing in this game. I don't know a side, to be honest. I'd probably lean Eagles, but over is my favorite.
I love Chicago this week.
Not surprised.
Absolutely love them. Philly's in the biggest look-ahead spot going against Dallas next week on Christmas Eve, like Zach mentioned. and Chicago's off their bye. They're well rested. They've been getting ready for this game. So Dallas, they just played the Giants too, so they have that division sandwich spot going for them off a division game. Have one looking ahead. So yeah, I like Chicago quite a bit. Honestly, would not be shocked if they went outright. I love the +9. I'm going to be all
Wow.
over the +9. And I actually like the under in this game for one reason, and that's because these are the top 2 rushing offenses in the league. So I think they could ground and pound all day and just run that clock. So, Philly, they have the best pass defense in the league. Chicago has the worst pass offense in the league. So I don't think they're even going to try to throw the ball that much. They're just going to get Fields going, get Montgomery going. So yeah, scary to take an under in a game with playmakers like Fields and Hurts and AJ Brown and all those guys. But yeah, lean under, but I'm all over Chicago.
Wow.
Watch the last episode where we're talking about the 7-point spread of the Eagles being favored over the Giants. And I said the Eagles are just that team this year. They're going to run them over. And you see guys like hitting the gritty on the sideline before halftime even started. They're doing it again, man. They're going to smoke the Bears. And I lean the over. I get what you're saying, Ethan, definitely. But I think they're going to get a lot of those points from Fields just running it, man. Like, how many 70-yard touchdowns has he just
he's
escaped?
He's so fast,
dude.
Yeah.
He's
incredible.
He's ridiculous to watch.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And with this Eagles offense, man, they're not afraid to all right, we're up by enough. We're gonna pull off. They just keep hammering teams.
I'm pretty sure they have I think they're on pace for the best second quarter of any team of all time. I think they have they score like 2 touchdowns every second quarter. So the over is my favorite play. But Ethan, you're ballsy fading this team right now. But it's all you.
Yeah.
They're the highest point differential too. So they got a great defense, even better offense right now.
Yeah.
The Chiefs head out to Houston to face the Texans with the highest spread of the week, with the Texans being 14-point underdogs. Over-under set at 49.5. Ethan, I'm going to let you start with this one.
I have no idea what to do with this game. Yeah, I mean, Kansas City's going to win. I don't know if they cover, but I'm not going to back Houston. I think Houston's week was last week. And I said that on the show. I liked Houston last week to cover. They finally did it. I don't know if they're going to do it again. That's where I would lean. This is Houston. They finished their schedule with 3 straight divisional games. So I think they could potentially want to ruin some things in the AFC South. So I don't know if there can't be a look ahead for a one-win team, but
not.
I think they're going to want to wreak some havoc and, go get a win against the Titans and the Jags and whatever. So I just don't know. My only thing I really have on this game, Houston has covered +14 in all but 2 games this year, and Kansas City has only covered -14 3 times this year. So I would lean with the points, but I don't know, over 49.5 too. I mean, I think Houston started putting up points. They're doing some different things with Jeff Driscoll last week. So give me the over. I lean Houston, but I'll probably be staying far away from this game.
Yeah, there's no way someone can confidently take the Texans right now. Last week was their time. There's no way I'm taking the Texans. The Chiefs don't blow teams out, as we saw last week. They just let them hang around. I'm pretty sure I said that when they played the Jags. They don't blow teams out. Don't know why. I don't know if Mahomes wants a stat pad. I have no idea.
Padding those interceptions right now.
They almost lost that game. I'm not touching this game. It's gross. I don't know. I don't know. This Chiefs should win this game by 30 plus, but they like to hang around, so I have no idea what to bet though. I'm sorry.
I'm going to go with the over, just with our offense as being fine, but our defense decided to be terrible again. The last 2 times that Kansas City has faced Houston, though, the scores were 51-31 and 34-20. So
I was on the over in that game, I remember.
That was when they had Deshaun, so that's also that's why they were putting up points at least.
Yeah.
So who knows?
Yeah, but with the history of how much that they've been putting up, I don't think that they need to. I said this last week. I don't think they need to try that hard, but I think that last week the Chiefs kind of got caught with their pants around their ankles, kind of like the Dallas did against
Dallas.
Houston. And so the Texans are coming off kind of a heartbreaker where they almost had one, and Chiefs are coming off a heart attack where they almost lost. This is just a spot where I think the Chiefs come in and use this as a game to get right for the rest of the season.
See that. I got a question for you, Ben.
Yep.
Are you going to be watching this game?
Of course. Of course.
Yeah,
I might have to make the
Go ahead.
decision of which TV has red zone and which TV has the game.
Okay, so you got both going. Okay.
I'll tell you from experience, when the Dolphins played the Texans, I turned it off after the first quarter, and I just kind of kept along on my phone just because there was just better football on. So that's maybe when it's 14-0 in the first quarter, it's like, okay, I could probably put this game to the side for now.
Exactly.
My advice for you.
Switch TVs.
That's my advice. Yeah, for sure. Or just watch on your phone on like a stream or something.
Yeah,
Just don't even bother.
that'd be perfect too. The Cowboys head out to Jacksonville to face the Jaguars. Jags are 4.5-point home dogs. Over under sit at 47.5. We were just talking about Dallas, and Jacksonville just had a hell of a week. So Zach, I'm gonna let you start.
Yeah, this is the most sus line of the week for me here. Jags only 4.5-point dogs of the Cowboys. If we remember, the Cowboys were a favorite on the road to the Vikings. So I love the Jags here. I think they should at least be 7 Cowboys, probably getting 7. I think public's going to be 80% on the Cowboys, maybe more. Jags, I really like them a lot. I think this game reminds me a lot of when we talked about the Jags-Ravens game a couple weeks ago when they were like 3.5-point dogs and they won outright against the Ravens. I can see the same thing here, honestly. I'm not sure why this line is so short. I mean, the Titans lost 40-14 to the Lions 2 weeks ago. Let's not act like they're world beaters after beating those terrible Titans. I really like the Jags with the points here. So I probably lean the over here. The Jags offense is looking pretty good. So I'll take the Jags with the points here. It's actually one of my favorite bets, probably.
Yeah, I completely agree. Weird line. I have to imagine it has something to do with the fact that Dallas almost lost to Houston and Jacksonville just blew out Tennessee. But as we know, probably best, Tennessee is just a complete group of frauds, just horrible. I hope the Colts just sneak up on them and knock them right out of the playoffs. I would love that at this point. But yeah, I like Jacksonville quite a bit. This reminds me a lot of the Lions game last week because when I checked right before we started filming, Jacksonville's getting 53% of the money, which just shocks me. But that's how Detroit was too.
Sharps are on it, man.
Yeah, so I like Jacksonville. I'm going to say it again. I think Jacksonville wins this game outright.
I totally could see it too.
And I don't love it. I have Dallas win total over. I think they need 2 more wins. So not crazy about that thought, but I think they could. I'll take the points to be safe, but Dallas in the same horrible spot that Philly is when they play each other on Christmas Eve. That's the game Dallas needs to have any shot of winning that division. And that's also Dallas's last home game of the year, so I think they're going to want to show out. So I like Jacksonville quite a bit. Again, they have to travel and go Thursday night against the Jets, so that kind of sucks for them, but I don't think they're looking ahead. I think this is a huge game for them that they're going to want. So, yeah, I think Jacksonville, I think they get it done.
I have one more thing about this game. A couple of weeks ago, Jags were 2.5-point dogs at home to the Raiders. So you're telling me the Cowboys are only 2 points better than the Raiders? Right. It just doesn't. This line makes zero sense. It's Jags all day.
Yeah,
it does make zero sense because the Jags should have more points because the Cowboys are gonna be spanking that Jag ass. I know that's definitely what the public is going to be heavy on, but I shouldn't take the Chiefs if I'm not also going to take the Cowboys here. I think those were wake-up games for them. I think the Cowboys are maybe we're going to find in that Eagles game if they're the best or second best in the NFC.
Yeah.
And
I'm kind of happy you said the Cowboys so that we didn't squad ride the Jags because I wouldn't have felt that would be a scary squad ride.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of happy you're not totally with me and Ethan here, to be honest. So thank you.
No. I do like the over in that game too. I didn't say that, but
yeah,
it looks like a lot of points.
Yeah, I'm with you with that
over.
Good
offensively. Offensively, they're very similar to Dallas.
I mean, we had the Titans last week, and Evan Ingram looks like Gronk.
I tried telling you guys.
I know we will get to that fraudulent ass team in a bit, but
yeah, or we could skip it.
Yeah.
No, don't. I have some things to say.
Is that trigger warning for everybody if you're a Titans fan.
Yeah.
Zach's going to be going off here later.
Yeah, I have some things to say about that team.
All right, let's skip to the Steelers at Panthers. Panthers are 2.5-point favorites at home. Over under sit at 38.5. With this game, I've been riding with the Steelers a lot lately, but we just saw the Panthers look very, very good against the Seahawks. Maybe one of you guys can talk me into which direction to take. Do either of you guys have like a really good feeling about this game?
I do quite actually. I'll go
Okay.
first here.
Yeah.
I like the Panthers a lot here. At 2.5. If they went out, they're in the playoffs. It's disgusting. This team's feisty though. Like we all watched that Panthers Seahawks game because we had the parlay. That defense is pretty good, and they just run the ball down your throat. Sam Darnold was a game manager, but whatever works. Steelers rush defense last weekend was gashed for 215, while the Panthers ran for 223. So that already favors me. I think they're going to run the ball down their throat again. I also don't know if Pickett's going to play for the Steelers. I think Pickett and Trubisky are kind of the same, so I'm not. I don't think the line changes that much with either of them. My favorite play here is the Panthers. I like the under too. The Carolina defense is really good. Third best in the league the last 3 weeks. And Pittsburgh, they're typically just a decent defense. I mean, the Panthers offense is anything to write home about, but I really like the Panthers minus 2.5 here.
Yeah, I like the Panthers quite a bit too. I've kind of been riding them a little bit lately. Should be 5-2 in their last 7. So obviously we've talked about this before. They're 4-3, but still, I mean, you don't hear about the Panthers at all. So yeah, I think I don't have much more to add from what Zach said. I do think they run the ball down their throat. I don't really know what to make of the over-under. I have been looking to take unders on Pittsburgh games all year long, but it is just so short. So if I do play this game, it's going to be Carolina for sure. Yeah, like Zach said, they're still alive to win that division.
Very much.
Yeah, it's definitely not far out of reach. So I like for Carolina to keep rolling at home.
I really like the under in this game just with both. I think they have very good defenses, both teams. And Zach, I think you talked me into taking the Panthers. I have to get off the Steelers train now.
Yeah, I mean, hey, Steelers, they've been. I mean, I was on them too for a while, but the Panthers at home getting to it, only swallowing 2.5. I like it a lot, honestly.
Yeah, me too.
Potential squad ride. We'll see if we can bring on money more, but I'm not. I don't hate that.
No, I don't
squad
hate
ride.
that either.
I don't hate it.
Ethan, what are you thinking? Do you hate
I
that
don't
one?
know. There's others I like better, but we'll see if we all line up on something.
Okay.
Well, let's talk about the Falcons. They head out to New Orleans to face the Saints. Saints are 4.5-point favorites. Over under set at 43.5. Looks like Desmond Ridder is going to be the starting quarterback now for the Falcons moving forward. Ethan, I feel like you're a Ridder guy, aren't you?
Well, I don't know if I would necessarily say that, but this reminds me a lot of when Patrick Mahomes, when the Chiefs let Alex Smith go in the offseason in favor of Patrick Mahomes. I actually drafted him on fantasy that year because I was like, the Chiefs were so good with Alex Smith. They must see something in this kid that they really like. And sure enough. So that's kind of what I'm seeing here. I know it's mid-season after a bye, but Atlanta's still very much alive to win that, just like Carolina. I mean, every team in that division is very much alive to win. So I don't think they would be benching Mariota in favor for Ridder if they didn't see something special out of him. So yeah, I lean Atlanta for sure. Both teams are off their bye, so they're both well rested. Yeah, I'm simply playing Atlanta in this game for the fact that they have revenge for losing in week 1 this year. Or if you remember, I think they were up like 27-7 or something like that. And I believe New Orleans came back and hit a 2-point conversion to win the game at the very end. So revenge spot for Atlanta, and I'm banking on the fact that they see something in Ridder that they really like.
Yeah, I went back and forth on this game for a while. I'm not too sure how to read it. I mean, rookie quarterback in their first start, especially in a road environment like this, probably going to be tough for the kid. So naturally, I kind of like the under here. I don't know if they're going to be too successful against this good Saints defense moving the ball with Ridder. And the Saints offense, I'm not taking an over with 43.5 with Andy Dalton playing a quarterback. If Jameison's in, I'm hammering the Saints in this game, but he's not in again. I don't know why. The Saints won 27-26 last time, as you mentioned, and that total was 43.5, and it hasn't moved, even though they scored 53 points. So I like the under 43.5 here, but I'm not going to be playing anything.
I like the under as well. I think that the Falcons actually read my article on Cooper Sports about how every week that they start Mariota is one week that they're making the wrong decision because all they're doing right now is messing up their draft pick every game that they win.
100%.
Because it's like, congratulations, you made the playoffs and you got smoked 50-0 by the Cowboys or the Eagles.
Yeah.
So this is a move that it's time to see what you have. If you lose, it's almost a good thing. You get a better draft pick.
Yep, I agree.
I agree too with Zach on the under here. You have to be looking at New Orleans unders all the time.
Yeah, 43.5 is a crazy total for them too. Like that is way too many. I mean, maybe Vegas knows something I don't, but why is this total higher than the Dolphins-Bills game? I don't know. So
and then last thing I'm gonna say, you might be a little bit psychotic if you're laying 4.5 points with the Saints.
Yeah, no, I totally agree there.
So.
Yeah, same. Well, they score 3 points. I don't know either.
Right.
So
right.
Yeah, I agree.
All right, the Patriots head out to Vegas to face the Las Vegas Raiders. Raiders are 1-point home dogs. Over under sit at 44.5. We were pretty much dead right about the Patriots in this Monday night game that just passed. I feel like even if Kyler stayed healthy, that they were going to win that game. And I see them shutting down Adams, and I think that they're going to win this game. So I'm going to go with the Patriots, and with the over-under set at 44.5. Ooh, that's tricky. I might go. I think I'm going to go with the over on that one. Zach, which way are you leaning?
I love you, Ben, but I'm all over the Raiders. I'm not sure why. I don't know why I keep coming back to the Raiders.
No,
I don't know why, but I didn't do a Thursday night, but I love them versus the Chargers. I kind of see almost the same thing here. Them being, I'm seeing how to pick them now on some sites. That still kind of doesn't make too much sense to me. They kind of have a mini bye playing Thursday night. Pat's kind of coming off a short week, sort of playing on Monday night. Apparently they're going to get Darren Waller and Renfro back this week, which is massive because, as you said about Adams, Belichick always finds a way to take away your best weapon. But luckily they have Josh Jacobs as well, and they get Waller and Renfro back. I just like him in this spot a lot at home, coming off that just terrible loss, and then they come out pissed off. So give me the Raiders to win outright.
Yeah, this was the toughest game for me to handicap this week, but I do lean Raiders as well because of that rest advantage. New England's staying out west, so they're not going to be home for a while there after that game in Arizona. So, yeah, I think the spot favors Las Vegas. I actually didn't know that about Waller and Renfro. That makes me like it a lot more. And not only that, but New England was pretty banged up last week. They lost that rookie Jack Jones in their secondary, and I'm quite impressed by him. I'm not sure if he's going to be out this week, but banged up. Stevenson went down. Devontae Parker went down, so they're just banged up all over the place. So yeah, I'd lean Raiders to probably win this game outright on the road. I would lean under, but I have no idea what to make of that total. And I think my favorite prop to look at in this game, which I don't know what it's going to be set at, but Mac Jones over completions. He threw like 11 screens last week, I think, which was a career high for him, and it worked. They were getting a lot of yards on that, so I don't see why New England would stop doing that for the time being, especially if Stevenson's banged up and they don't really have much of a rushing offense. So, yeah, maybe look for Mac Jones over on completions or attempts.
I did not know that Waller and Renfro were coming back. So I'm going to switch to the Raiders.
It was rumored today. Yeah, it was said that they came off injured reserve today. So
Gotcha. We started recording like right after work, so I have not had any time to like check up on what's happened today.
That's what I'm for. I guess.
Perfect. Yeah. Go with the Raiders. The Cardinals head out to face the Broncos in Denver. Denver is 3-point favorites. Over-under sit at 36. This line, both the over-under and making the Broncos 3-point favorites, it just has to be from the Kyler Murray injury. Don't you think, Ethan?
I do, but Russ is also banged up too, so it's just weird. This is that puke in the mouth game of the week for me. It's just disgusting. I don't even know what to make of it. I would lean with Arizona plus the points if Russ plays. I don't like anything in this game if Russ doesn't. Then it's just backup versus backup. I kind of like going on the backup quarterback the first game that they get to start, even though Colt McCoy started a few games this year. But Yeah, I would lean Arizona with the points. It's also, I mean, Denver has nothing left to play for this year. However, they are playing on Christmas Day, and they're in that Nickelodeon game. So I don't know. I don't know as a player if you look forward to that or what, but like
Maybe.
you're gonna have like a audience with kids. Like Russell Wilson's definitely probably looking forward to that. So I don't know if he gives a damn about this game. He just wants to go Nickelodeon game. So yeah, I won't be betting this one. I suggest nobody in the world bets this game, but I would take Arizona with the 3 and under. Yeah, you could get away with betting the under. It's probably a safe bet.
I've never knew a Nickelodeon look ahead spot was a thing, but it might actually be a thing for this team. Whoever is watching this game, you need to put in like a mental institution. This game is disgusting. There's no reason to watch it. If it's Colt McCoy versus Brett Rippon, and you have this and you're watching with your own 2 eyes, do something else.
Mm-hmm.
I have no idea what side to pick. Under City, if that's the 2 quarterbacks. I'm sorry. I could see 6-3 in this game.
Yeah.
Under is my play here.
Yeah. You got to go under because really the Broncos defense, they're going to have a field day against this Cardinals offense. And Broncos, outside of last week, their offense hasn't been able to do anything against anyone. I feel like besides watching this game, if we can get like a clip of Russell Wilson saying Broncos country get slimed for the Nickelodeon,
nice.
I'd rather just
That's
watch that on repeat.
Yes. He is the guy to do that, something cheesy like that. He is the guy to say that. That was good. I didn't think about that. Nice.
Yeah.
Okay, now it's definitely a Broncos. Yeah, it's definitely a look ahead spot now for them for sure.
That commercial's filmed already.
Out just so he can play a Nickelodeon game.
Yeah,
for sure.
He'll spend this week recording. Like, I got to get my head straight.
Right.
Yes. I love it, and he's definitely going for that Nickelodeon Player of the Game or whatever, the MVP or whatever. He's definitely going for that. He wants to be slimed.
He doesn't get MVP votes, so at least get him some Nickelodeon votes.
Yeah.
I feel like because I'm pretty sure like the kid they just vote on like whoever. It doesn't matter who wins. I'll probably just vote him for like the memes and have him win it.
Oh
so,
yeah.
Honestly, I hope he plays. I hope he does not play this week, so then he plays it in the next week. So I love it now.
That'd be amazing. The Cincinnati Bengals head out to Tampa Bay to face the Buccaneers. Buccaneers are 3.5-point home dogs. Over under set at 44 points. Buccaneers just got destroyed on television. Zach, I believe they have families, don't they? I don't know why they would do that to them on television.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Tom Brady, I don't know what's going on with him in terms of his family and everything, but this line's really short to me too, but I'm not fading the Bengals anymore. I'm done. For now, at least. I've faded them, I think, 3 or 4 weeks in a row, and they're unreal. Their defense is really good. Bucks stink. They reek everywhere. The defense is okay, but their offense is just so bad. I lean under in the Bengals here, but, I mean, the line is short considering how both these teams are trending. I will not be touching anything in this game, though.
Yeah, I think Giselle was probably having the best time of her life watching that game last week. Probably her favorite game she's ever watched of Tom. So, yeah, I think, that was great for her, but love Tampa Bay in this spot, actually, which scares me. I love it. Cincinnati is the top team against the spread this year. Tampa's dead last, and I think there is a time where that kind of comes back to the mean. Tampa was just embarrassed on national TV. I always like playing on teams. Good teams, which, they're not really, but Tom Brady is enough for me. Play on teams that just got completely embarrassed. I think he bounces back here. Not only that, Cincinnati's getting 83% of the bets right now, so that makes me just love it even more. Really like Tampa, really like the under. Since he's 4-3 to the under on the road, Tampa's 5-2 to the under at home. So give me the under. I think Tampa kind of controls the pace. I think it ends in a field goal. Yeah, don't know if Tampa wins outright, but I think they cover.
How confident in that are you?
There's no way he's confident.
Pretty confident?
Really?
You want to put something on it?
Yeah.
You want to put a shot on it?
Yep.
Oh.
Okay. Are you a spice? Do you like spice or no?
I do as of now, but after tomorrow, I don't know if I will anymore. So
Oh no,
Yeah.
definitely do Ben. If he's confident, Ben, you do a damn spice shot and make him do another one, something that's hot.
I was gonna say I don't know if I should do spice or lemon juice. Just straight lemon.
you tell me.
Hey,
I'll
it's
do
up,
hot
I mean,
sauce.
it's up to you two.
Let's do spice. I'm gonna double you up on spice.
Okay.
So
Okay.
Ben's got
Yep.
3.5 Bengals. You have 3.5 Bucks.
Yep.
Lock it in. Okay.
Yep.
Yep.
So we'll do
I
that
wanna
on
see
next
Ethan
week's
take this.
episode.
Yep.
Awesome.
We'll start next week's episode with that. So we got the slow burn going throughout the.
Yeah, throughout the whole show.
I really
that's
hope I
awesome.
don't lose by the time we get to the last game. I'm just gonna be like, Zach, take over, bro. I'm done.
All right. Hey, I love it. The first bet on the Better and Green podcast is Ethan, you're ballsy for doing that. A bet on
love
the
it.
Bucks.
I love it.
Not even a bet. You're betting to just be sick for the next episode.
I
to
love the
just take this
Bengals.
team. I don't blame you. Ethan, you're gross.
I can't believe it. I love it though.
Yeah, I love it. I mean, Ben, I can tell you right now, Ben's coming in happy for next week because Ethan's going to be in his demise. I'll tell you that right now.
Yeah. Okay, the Tennessee Titans head to Los Angeles to face the Chargers. Chargers are 3-point favorites with the over-under set at 47. Chargers, they just beat the Miami Dolphins, who I think are quite a bit better than the Titans. I see them winning this game too, and possibly by even more than a touchdown. With the over-under, I feel like that's a little high. I'd probably go with the under, but I'm definitely taking the Chargers. Zach, who are you going with?
Titan ain't the fucking Titans. I'm not going with this team.
Thank you.
I think I've been on them for more than a month straight now. This team sucks. That was the most embarrassing performance I've ever seen. I love Derrick Henry. I love watching him. He's great. Tannehill, he's a former Miami Dolphin. You suck. The whole team. I can't stand betting them. I hope they lose every game. I hope they somehow don't make the playoffs. But if they do, whoever's the 5 seed has a free win playing them in the first round. They are horrible. Trading AJ Brown was the dumbest thing they did. I mean, they fired their GM literally after they played AJ Brown because how stupid he is. I'm not gonna bet a Titans game anymore. I think if I bet on the other team, they're gonna win, and they just hate me. So I'm not betting anything in this game. I lean under as well, as you said. But fuck the Titans. I'm sick of them. Everything about them.
I love the Titans.
All right, Zach, get on him.
Just completely destroyed this week by
You're
the Chargers.
disgusting. You're just.
They are going to get destroyed by the Chargers this week. I'm so done with Tennessee.
Thank you.
Have I picked them every week that we've done this? I think just
Yes,
It
I'm pretty sure
feels
they've been
like
in
it, man.
I'm pretty sure they have been in your big 3 in some capacity every time.
awful. Yeah,
they're horrible.
Done. They're
They're so
they're
bad.
done.
Yeah.
And a big reason I think they're done. They do still control their own destiny in that division to make the playoffs. They still have games against Houston and Jacksonville, and that's what their focus is going to be.
Whatever.
They can drop these other games and still go and try to beat those teams, which I don't know if they will because they're horrible. But give me LA minus the points. The Chargers are staying home. They have that big win against Miami that they needed that win. So that's momentum for them. Tennessee just has a horrible pass defense. Chargers have a horrible rush defense, which is the strength of both the other team's offense. So I could see this game going over, actually. But good God, I won't be betting this game at all. I don't even want to think about the Titans. I wish they had a bye week the rest of the year. Go ahead, Zach. I'm done.
No, I just said I was trying to say Derrick Henry, everything in this game. Chargers cannot stop the run. That's the only guy that I actually like on the team. Genuinely, like everyone else, I can't. Whatever. I'm done talking about him, but it's definitely a Derrick Henry game. But I hope they lose
when I
every
bet
game.
Derrick Henry, he fumbles on the goal line, and Traylon Burks gets the touchdown. So I'm not even doing that.
Zach, you can't hate on Tannehill, man.
Bet Henry. Dude, listen, I like him. I still have his jersey upstairs, but he's horrible. I mean, he has no one to throw the ball to, so I mean, he's never had pocket presence. I'm sure he'd tell you that himself. Every time there's even a rusher near him, he gets sacked. But hey, I bet Henry and my big 3 over. That's the only guy I like in that team, so I'll say that.
Traylon Burks will be a difference maker for them when he's healthy, and give it some time. But
Dude, stop. Just stop.
Ethan.
Ben, if I ever bet on the Titans again, just mute my mic. If I'm ever leading the Titans, and mute me, and I'll just be talking like I think I'm talking.
It hurts my heart when I have to make those graphics and give you guys the red Titans just over and over again. I'm like, dang, they're not listening to me.
I just think they're so due. But whatever, they're not due. They just suck.
It's this week. You know they're going to cover this week.
No, that's why I'm not betting the Chargers. I'm not betting because I know
touching
that
it.
because I just feel like they're a team. I think I've said it the last 3 weeks now. When everyone doesn't think they're going to do something, they do something. So I'm not touching them. I'll probably
They're
fade
built
them
for December football. They're going to get it done.
And then Evan Ingram goes for 163, looking like Gronk out there. Break. Whatever. The game pissed me off.
Gross.
They would be really good if they're built for football all the other months of the seasons.
No, they'd be really good if they built a football team instead of whatever the hell they're putting out on the field every day.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. I love Vrabel. I love Vrabel. I love Henry, but everyone else in that team, just whatever, dude.
Did you hear Vrabel's quote?
Mm-mm.
He said, "I cut my dick off to get on the Better and Green podcast."
Oh,
Yeah.
Wait, did he? He actually said something about like he cut his dick off for a Super Bowl or something.
Yeah.
I think he's actually said he'd do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, bring him on.
yeah. Penis intact, Vrabel. You're invited.
Yeah. Vrabel, you can come on. Even you don't even you could just keep your dick. You don't have to do anything. Just come on. It's fine.
Yeah.
Giants head out to Washington to face the Commanders. Commanders are 4.5-point favorites. Over under set at 40. The cover god Heineke should be playing. Zach, I love the Commanders again. I just think the Giants, I wrote about it a few weeks back, are just in the middle of a free fall. Are you with me?
Oh, I mean, you're not finding me fading Taylor Heineke. I'll tell you that.
Mm-hmm.
They played last 2 weeks ago. Both have a bye. Ended 2020, so total is literally exactly what it is, 40. I mean, obviously, if you're watching the show, I'm a Heineke fanboy. I'm going to pitch the over here, though. I'm going to do something a little different. I like the Commanders. Probably my favorite bet. The over I like a lot. So last time these two teams played 2 weeks ago, it was 20-13 with 12 minutes left in the third. And then they didn't get – then the Commanders want to score one more time. I think these teams both scored decently well here to hit this over 40. Giants defense has been getting destroyed. Everyone they play is just gashing them now. They were a fun story. Dable's a good coach, but I don't think they make the playoffs anymore. The winner of this game probably is, obviously has more of a chance to make it. So I hope it's the Commanders, I think Chase Young will finally play now, which is big for the Commanders as well.
Time.
So 4.5 here is high. It's kind of high for a Commanders team that hasn't been getting respect by Vegas. And now that's 4.5. I like it even more. So.
Yeah, this game's tough. I mean, literally the Commanders
have been ride. Damn, I wanted to be a Heineke squad ride. You suck.
I don't know if I can get there. I mean,
whatever.
Washington has been prepping for the Giants for 3 weeks in a row, so I mean that's hard to go against. But I don't think New York cared too much against Philly last week. I think they have some unfinished business. They need to get this win to, probably make the playoffs at this point. So it's just tough. I wish there was a winner in that first game. It would have made this decision really easy.
Mm-hmm.
I honestly don't know. Yeah, I definitely couldn't squad ride Washington, I don't think. I would lean the Giants in the divisional game again, but they're also getting 70% of the bet, which isn't huge, but I won't.
Who is
in this game? The Giants.
Really?
That's shocking.
It doesn't matter.
I just see this game being a field goal either way, so.
Even when Heineke loses, he doesn't lose the football game. That's all I say. He ties if he loses a spread.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I would take the Giants in the points.
Even with Barkley's neck injury?
Yeah, I'm a huge believer that running backs can come in, come out, get replaced by just about anybody other than maybe Henry and maybe Christian McCaffrey. Other than that, I don't care.
Speaking of running backs for me, Brian Robinson's over. I like a lot. I think Prize Picks showing 66.5. Last time these two teams played, he had 21 carries for 96 yards. So I definitely like Brian Robinson in this game as well.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, it's a standalone Sunday night game, so I probably will have
for a reason
on it. But
Taylor Heineke, come on.
Yeah, I don't know as of right now.
Big prime Hein.
Oh, thank you. Yep, that's what I needed right there. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm all in on the Commanders.
Danny Dimes in prime time.
Enough.
The Rams head out to Green Bay to face the Packers. Packers are 7-point favorites with the over-under sit at 39. I got the Packers jersey on, but 7 points. Holy cow. Ethan, what's going on, man?
Yeah, I mean, they've had a week off, so I don't know. I guess that that gets them back to where people think they were going to be this whole year. I don't really know. This game is extremely tough to handicap, I think. I guess I would lean LA with the points, with Baker getting a full week, more than a week, 10 days under his belt, learning that offense. Looked pretty good on Thursday night, leading that comeback drive. It's just so tough. I do think Green Bay is actually kind of turning it around. Christian Watson's been a beast. They have Lazard, Dobbs, Randall Cobb, Jones, and AJ Dillon. So I think they're finally healthy with like some actual decent pieces on that offense. But yeah, kind of same thing. It's just kind of an ugly primetime game. I'm sure I'll have something on it by that point. But right now, I think I like the over probably the best. I think Baker and Rodgers can put up some points. I guess I would lean the Rams there, but I don't know.
Yeah, this game's actually, I have no idea what to bet on it, but it's kind of cool. Baker going on the road to the Packers. I think this game's going to be like in the negatives and weather, so it's a prime Rodgers game. I think he has a good game. Offense is getting healthy, but the defense still is getting banged up every week. So I'd probably lean the over, but I'm not. I probably like the Packers. I might buy down to 6.5 just to have a touchdown favorite. I think they win by a touchdown, so I'll take the Packers.
I don't have a good feeling either way about the over/under, but in this game with two teams that have like really just underperformed this season, I'm taking the points. I'm taking the Rams.
I can't say you're
Plus
wrong.
plus Baker's
going
that
against
guy.
the jersey there.
Yeah, I know.
man.
There's a jersey and fades them. I mean, it's not the player on the team anymore, so it's fine. But
Exactly. I tried to fade the Raiders.
Well,
It just
yeah,
didn't
he
work.
started-
pretty sure you said early in the show that they're gonna like the Pats are gonna lock down Adams as you're wearing his jersey. That's kind of weird too.
I'm telling you,
even
man.
realize that.
I'm a hater. That's what it is.
There you go. All right. Well, we need to just decide the squad right now because we didn't have a lot of things we
Yeah.
agreed on.
We
Yeah.
didn't.
I'm telling you, I think it's the Panthers. I really do. I think me and Ben liked it a good amount. Ethan, if you could just put the balls on the table here and take it with us. I think
Yeah.
I
The
think
pick
you
is
owe
the
us.
Bengals. The pick is the Bengals. But
Bubba,
Ethan,
you guys are already doing that. So
you killed
No.
it, man.
I was hoping you guys were like in Tampa.
you fucked up. You got doing that.
What do we think about the Lions and the Jets
Like a total there or a side?
for the side?
I don't feel comfortable with squad riding that at all.
Okay.
I'm telling you, bro. I think it's the Panthers. I think
What-
it is.
What about the Niners?
No.
Me and
I'm all over
Ethan
Seattle.
lean Seahawks. I like Seattle too.
Man.
It was tough. We didn't agree on too much.
We didn't.
I think the only thing we like naturally agreed on was the Panthers as a side.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not crazy about it. I do. It's definitely my lean. Or I guess the Raiders.
Ben, I mean, I'm not against squad riding the Raiders either.
I don't know. I like the Panthers more than the
Panthers more.
Raiders, yeah.
I mean, we could just take the ML because we took Lions 2.5 ML too. Just swallow the juice, probably 140 or something.
Okay.
At home. Come on,
Yeah. Yeah.
Ethan,
I like
you
that.
owe us. Me
like
and
Darnold.
Ben are the big three kings in terms of record right now. So you owe us picking since you don't know since you're fading the Bengals for some reason.
We'll see how that one works out next week. All right. Let's
All
do
right, so
Carolina.
Carolina.
Panthers ML. Okay.
I like Darnold.
Zach, can I get a keep pounding from you?
Yes, just keep pounding. I would love to go bang. I'm pretty sure they bang that drum. Is it not a drum that they bang every time?
I think you're right.
Yeah. All right, keep pounding. We're all in on the Panthers. Hey, we liked them last week and we were right. Let's ride them again. We're good.
Yeah.
All
Okay.
right.
Awesome.
I'm gonna check the ML quick.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
See if it's similar. If it's like that.
Here, I have it
145.
here. I have it right here. I have it right here. It is currently 140,
Okay.
which isn't bad juice to be honest. I'll take that.
I mean, I'd be okay laying the 2.5, but yeah, I guess. What do you guys think?
I
like my line.
Yeah, I'll take ML too. It's not like it's crazy like 160 or 170. 140 is fine.
Yeah.
All right, cool. All right, I like the squad right here again. So
Let's not say anything else about it.
Yep.
I almost said something and I was like, nope, reel it in.
nope, our squad right is 0-4. We haven't won yet, and it's just
Nope.
we're inspired.
Go with
parlay.
it. See what happens.
That's right.
Okay.
Yeah, whatever.
Big
So-
three. Do you guys are either of you guys like feel really good about big three?
I kind of am now, actually.
Okay.
I'll go.
Then you go first.
I'll go first. Yeah. So I'm gonna do kind of what Ethan did for one of mine. I'm gonna do my first one's gonna be Commanders ML with the Vikings ML. That's gonna be my first one. A little 2-teamer ML. You probably get plus money, but whatever. I don't care. Raiders ML is my second one. And my third one's gonna be the Jags plus 4.5 is my third one.
Okay.
I don't know. It's honestly probably my grossest big three I've had. It's not any of the teams I'm betting on are really that good, especially the Raiders and the Jags. But hey, that's gambling for you. So.
All right. Definitely taking the Jets -1.
You're fading your own team.
I'm fading the Lions. Yep. Like this is where.
How do you do that? How do you bet against your own team? It's just I can never do that.
Yeah. Jets -1, Chicago +9, and let's see.
Are you putting the Bucks in there, or is it risky to lose a big three and take a shot?
Yeah, I don't want to double down now on them.
That's how he's not confident, Ben. You're definitely gonna win.
Oh, I know. Oh, dude.
I feel.
I'm feeling good.
I feel pretty good on Tampa.
Then put him in and double down if you feel good on it.
No, I'm gonna differentiate here. I'm gonna take. I might go a little head-to-head with Zach. I'm gonna take Indianapolis plus the points, +4.
Okay. I mean, hey, you can win and I can win. They could lose by 3.
We can.
So, if anything, like if you wanted, you could have went the Giants and the Colts ML. Do that now because I think you lean Giants and Colts.
I do.
So
for sure, that'd be a juicy parlay.
That would be. All right, Ben, you're up. You're the king of the big three. So.
All right, man. Big three. I'm gonna
reel it. I did not jinx you at all, by the way. I did not jinx you there.
Yeah. Thanks, man. I'm really gonna reel it back in. We went a little crazy last week, but I'm going with favorites again, and I feel pretty good about my first two. My last one, I'm a little nervous about. But 49ers -3.5. Love the Niners this week, big time. Bengals -3.5. Love the Bengals, big time.
Doubling down.
I am. I am.
That's how you know man's confident, Ethan. Take some notes.
Oh, I'm super confident, but
putting his nuts on the table, doubling down.
I differentiate all my picks across everything I do here, so
he did put a shot on it. So he did put a little on it.
Sure.
And then I'm gonna go Cowboys -4.5. I just think this is a big bounce back game for the Cowboys. And I'm still hating on Trevor Lawrence too. I know he's been balling this year, but I don't know, man. That Cowboys defense, they're gonna get after him.
Okay. No, I mean, yeah. So actually, this is the first time that we've ever been fading each other on a big three. I had the Jags, you have the Cowboys. I didn't realize that. Okay. So one of us is not going 3-0.
Yeah. Right.
I was close to having Jacksonville in mind. I won't lie.
Yeah, it's kind of weird for me, but yeah.
I love Jacksonville.
No, please. I'm happy he said the Cowboys. I cannot squad ride the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Hey, good luck to you guys, man.
Yeah, you too. All right, player prop parlay.
Yep. Zach, I'm gonna let you start.
No, I want Ethan to start because he cost it. I want him to
start. Yeah, good call.
I want him to start.
I didn't cost it. Panthers defense did.
Oh, right. You're right. So I never lost a bet. The team lost my bet. If you look at it that way.
Yep.
Cool. I didn't know that we were doing that. Okay.
No, that's how it goes.
Okay, go ahead. Go first.
All right, so I'm taking Matt Ryan over 33.5 passing attempts.
That's good.
That's hit 8 out of 11 games that Ryan's played in. The 3 that didn't hit, it was 28, 30, 32. So kind of right there. Minnesota's defense averages 37.69 attempts against per game. And Ryan averages 9.91 yards per completion, which is the lowest in his career, and 6.7 yards per attempt, which is third lowest in his career. So I think he's just dumping down, getting some short, easy passes. I think they're going to be right in it, as mentioned, with Indy +4. I think they're going to be right in that game. I think it's going to be pass happy. So, yeah, it doesn't even have to be good. I just need him to throw the ball.
No. I actually like that because the Vikings defense is awful against the pass. So I think they're going to come in with the game plan to throw the ball. So that was good, Ethan. Thank you for making it not a kicker fucking prop. Go ahead, Ben. You go.
Okay. Mine is going to be Mahomes first half over 145.5 passing yards.
I love that.
I believe last game in the first half, he's like almost at 250. Like
Mhm.
they just sling it around the field. And I do think
Yeah.
Pacheco's going to have a day too, but I don't see why they can't both have a day, especially at 145. That number seemed low to me.
No, yeah, I actually like that a lot. Mine's gonna be Garrett Wilson over yards. Prospects has a 64.5. I'll take it at whatever it ends up at. It's hit 4 of the last 5. He's averaging 88 his last 5 games. And Detroit defense, as we talked about, they're not going to cover him. They don't have. I mean, Jay Jetta got 223 on him. So, and Garrett Wilson's like, he's a stud. I think he's up there for rookie of the year. If Mike White plays, I like it even more. I don't really care who the quarterback is. Not Zach Wilson, please. I don't think he's going to play though. So give me Garrett Wilson.
Zach Wilson did get promoted to second string, but
Is that like ahead of Flacco? Is Flacco the third string?
yeah.
Oh God, please, Mike White. Play.
What was that over at though? 64.5?
Yeah, Prospect has at 64 right now, but I think I can see if I'll take it whatever. It goes to 70, I'll take it. 72, I'll take it. I think he has a good game. So
okay.
Yeah.
I like it, guys.
Yeah, that was better than our same game play that we actually
Yeah.
No same game there.
No. We all have different games, all not rooting against our picks for some so it's good. I like it.
Yep.
I feel pretty confident about this one.
So do I.
I like
that
it.
was actually pretty surgical out of us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So all right. Is it draft time now?
It's draft time.
All right, cool. So this week we're doing stadiums, NFL stadiums that we want to go to, or if you've been to. We're kind of just ranking NFL stadiums of what we think, what we want to go to. Order's going to go Ethan, Ben, me. So Ethan, go ahead, take it.
Actually, Ben first.
Ben, Ethan, me. Sorry. Yep, take it.
We're doing these with stadiums with a game going on, right? This isn't
just
visiting just a stadium. Okay, I just wanted to make sure.
Okay.
So if that is the case, let me
4
pull
each, by the way. 4 each picks. 4 picks each.
Yep.
Okay, I pulled up what I wanted to find. So I have 142.2 reasons why this stadium is the best stadium in the not just NFL, but in the entire world. That is Arrowhead Stadium, located in Independence, Kansas City. It's not. It's not. I'll tell you why.
It was on my list.
It should be, because 142.2 decibels. How loud is that? That is louder than a jet taking off, and is classified by the CDC as painful and dangerous. This is the loudest stadium. People get there about 8 hours before kickoff for a noon game. That means that people are showing up at 4 a.m, waiting in line. The gates don't even open till 4 hours before kickoff. We need to do a whole squad trip out there, man. The tailgating is ridiculous, man. I try to go to a game every year. I'm actually going to a game here for New Year's. The Broncos Chiefs game.
That's awesome. Nice.
So
Arrowhead's on my list. It was actually at the top of my list. One of my first picks would have been Arrowhead. So
it should be.
It was fourth for me.
It's the 5th largest stadium in the league, and the history. The league would not be what it is without Lamar Hunt Trophy for the AFC champion. The history that's there, man. It's just a stadium like no other.
And Arrowhead, actually, never mind. I forgot what I was gonna say. Oh no, Arrowhead's kind of like, it reminds me of like a college atmosphere too.
It is.
Like it's crazy there. Obviously, college atmospheres are better than anything ever in terms of football, but Arrowhead's up there.
Yeah. All right, for mine, I'm going Highmark Stadium in Buffalo. Bills Mafia.
Good
Straight up. I mean, how much fun would that be? Yeah, that's everything for the atmosphere, nothing for the stadium itself. Although that new one that they came out with the blueprints for looks pretty badass.
Yeah,
so that's gonna be sweet. But yeah, just going out to Buffalo, snowy, cold, having a few drinks and just partying with Bills Mafia. Can't beat it.
Bringing some tables, yeah.
Atmosphere has to be like one of the biggest things for a stadium.
So for my picks here, I'm going with the same thing, like atmosphere, history. I mean, I don't really care how it looks, to be honest.
Right.
Yeah.
My first pick would be Lambeau.
Yep.
So I'm matching Ben's jersey here. I want to go to Lambeau so bad.
It was awesome.
Every time they're on primetime, it looks incredible. Like that game they played Thursday against the Titans, it looked awesome there. It doesn't matter how bad they are. It looks incredible. Tailgate looks awesome. So that's my first pick. Second pick, I'm gonna go Dallas, AT&T Stadium.
Damn.
I just think it looks awesome. It looks cool. Jerry's World. I hate Jerry Jones, but stadium's cool, so good for him. Give me Lambeau and Dallas in my first two.
Can I add something to that real quick? when we were at Lambeau, we went there this summer for a vacation. They were saying that the season tickets are so hard to get that people like buy them or they'll buy the rights to them, and then when the spot comes available, they get it. So this family bought it for their like unborn baby, and
I
he
heard
got
about
him
that.
on his like 32nd birthday.
That's awesome. Yeah. Like Green Bay is it's not a big city at all, but it's so
No.
cool.
Isn't
It
Lambeau
seems
like in the
awesome.
middle of like a neighborhood?
Yes,
Yes. Like
it felt
Yeah.
so
people
weird.
around people around like that stadium might have like a house that like they sell parking. It's like park on like their driveway.
Yeah.
Like it's so cool. It's just there's no stadium like Lambeau, honestly.
Right.
Mhm.
Zach, would you have picked Buffalo?
Yes, that'd probably be my second one.
Okay. Lambeau.
So-
I was bouncing between Lambeau and that.
Yeah,
But
Arrowhead and Bills. So this is a good drive. Arrowhead and Bills are probably my 2-3.
yeah.
Was your one
All right.
Lambeau then?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
My
Okay.
first one.
All right. I'm going to go with yours, Zach. I'm gonna go Hard Rock Stadium in Miami.
Nice. That was on
Um,
my list for sure. Nice.
I just think it looks awesome there. That might just be because when I watch football games, especially outside, it's in the cold and rain and wet up in Michigan, and Lions games are in a dome, obviously. So when I see that stadium on TV, Dolphins games, sun is just shining down.
They're so cool.
Isn't there a pool in that stadium or no?
I'm not sure. I don't know.
I think
mean,
that's
there should be.
Jacksonville.
Jacksonville?
Oh,
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's one of the Florida teams.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just think it looks just really cool. I mean, like I said, I've never really gone to a football game where it's just sun shining down on you, nice and warm. So, yeah, I think being in Miami, Hard Rock Stadium, got to be on the list.
Dude, I think even like a night game where they wear like those throwback unis and they do the field all like those, being there would be amazing. It's Miami, there ain't nothing. Miami's awesome. So
Yeah.
Okay.
Go ahead, Ben.
I'm gonna go with one of the newer stadiums, and that's gonna be SoFi.
On my list as well. Good pick.
Yeah.
It's really I love how they did like the partly covered yet open. I think that's really cool. I like that feature a lot.
Yeah. No, I mean the crowds there are nothing like you're gonna get at Arrowhead or anything, but like
No.
the coolness of the stadium's up there, probably the
Yeah.
top of the list, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
for
think
sure.
it's got to be it's newer than Vegas, right? Were they built kind of at the same time?
US field,
Yeah, I'm
same
pretty sure it's the newest.
time-ish, but yeah.
But I
Mhm.
mean, so you got with those two, you're going SoFi.
Yeah, for sure.
And then my next one, my third pick is U.S. Bank, Minnesota Vikings.
Good
Mhm.
pick.
Another one that's just really new and just looks super awesome.
So, I mean, when they do like the skull in the beginning, it's so cool.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and the
that
big
is
old
cool.
horn.
Yeah, it's cool. That good. Those are some good picks, Ben.
Thank you.
All right, I'm gonna go for the home field advantage, even though it's not maybe what it once was. But I'm gonna go Lumen Field out in Seattle for the
That was
Seahawks.
on my list.
Mhm.
Nice.
Yeah, I think that'd be awesome to go to a Seahawks game, be a part of the 12th man, fly the 12th man flag. So yeah, got to go with that atmosphere out there. Night game
Yes.
for sure.
So I got my last two here. I'm going with Caesar Superdome, the Saints.
Damn it.
I think it's just every time I watch it, it looks incredible. Like, even when,
Yeah.
like, especially when Breeze was there, that place looks incredible.
Yeah.
It's loud in there. I mean, domes are cool just because it gets louder. So give me the Saints. I don't know how to say this new stadium's name, but I'll say Heinz Field, whatever the Steelers' new one is.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
But it's like Ascrisur or something like
Acrisure.
that. Yeah, Heinz Field is what I'm gonna call it.
Yeah.
The terrible towels always looks awesome there when Battle Brown and Big Ben were there. The place was incredible.
Yeah.
It's a little cold. I'll go in the summer, but give me Heinz Field for my fourth one, or whatever the
Yeah.
hell it's called now.
That Acrisure is actually a Grand Rapids-based company, which is where I'm from. So
Oh,
I have
nice.
no idea.
That's why.
I have no
Yeah,
idea
why-
why it's a Pittsburgh stadium name. But yeah,
What the
Grand
hell?
Rapids-based
They must-
company that
They
bought
must have got a
the rights.
bag for that
That's
name.
awesome.
They must have got a bag.
Yeah, I like that too. So if this was still Candlestick Park instead of Levi's Stadium, that would for sure be my answer here. I think going to the old Candlestick, seeing the Niners with all that history would be badass.
Mhm.
Since it's not going to make my list. I'm going to go with the history at Mile High, out in Denver. I think, I've been to that stadium. I've never been in it and never been into a game, but yeah, I just think being out in the altitude, you can see the mountains from the stadium. Just a lot of history there with Elway and all those guys. So, yeah, give me Mile High for my 4th pick.
Nice.
It's a good pick. Just a fun fact: MetLife is the biggest stadium in the NFL. It's not what I'm picking, but it's the largest one. I'm going with Lincoln Financial Field, and if I'm not given the bird by at least like 6 4-year-olds, I'm leaving. I'm pissed off. I want to get a big old Philly cheesesteak, get screamed at by some
That's a good
degenerate
pick.
Philly fans. Man,
The guy that paints
That's
or
a great
tattoos his
4th
stomach
pick.
and like every Philly thing you could possibly think of.
Yeah.
Has, like the Liberty Bell, the Philly Fanatic, all that.
yeah.
Any
that
Philly
guy.
stadium is a safe pick. Just going to those with those fans they're insane.
Yeah.
That
was a good one.
some of the stuff that you see that they've done. Didn't Eli Manning say like at a game there was some like little kids just flipping them off? I'm like that.
Yeah.
Dude, they're insane.
That would be
Even
just
kids
so
are crazy
funny.
there. All right, guys, that was good. I think that might have been our we all had good picks. I didn't disagree on any of them, so that was good.
I had 12 written down, and 9 of them were taken.
I had 12 written down, and all mine were taken. Well, not Denver because I was past mine, but
Yeah.
everyone else, yeah, that was good.
You guys did. What do you guys think of the Raiders' new stadium? Was it Allegiant?
Oh, Raiders were on my list. I mean,
They were.
just because I'm a Vegas fiend, so just going to Vegas would be cool. So,
Yeah, that's what
They're
I
on
thought
my
too.
list too. See the torch, the Al Davis torch or whatever.
yeah,
Yeah,
that is
it's
cool.
actually when I was looking it up, it's actually pretty small. I was surprised by that.
Yeah.
For a new stadium.
I had Foxborough too, just because it's iconic.
That'd be cool.
I hate the Patriots, but I had Foxborough too.
Yeah,
That was on my list as well,
Mm-hmm.
just for history.
that's a good looking stadium too.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
Okay, we want to talk some fantasy football. It's like playoff season now.
Playoff time.
Let's
Yep,
do it.
playoff time.
I'm in the playoffs with one of my leagues. Are you guys in the playoffs?
Yes, I am. Of course I am. I don't lose in fantasy.
Good.
I'm
I
always
have
there.
3 leagues. This is actually the last regular season for 2 of them. So I made the playoffs in the other
Really?
one. I have a decent shot of making it in a second one. And then my other league, I have a very outside chance. But there's no money in that league, so I don't really care that much anyway.
What the hell? What the hell's the point of playing if you're not playing for money?
Yeah.
I'm actually serious. I would just be like, oh yeah, here, let's just set my lineup.
Yeah. That's the league I've been in since I was literally 8 years old. It's like a family league. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Family league's different.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, but yeah, my big money league, I'm in the playoffs. So
That's what matters.
yeah, exactly.
sure.
Are you guys in any punishment leagues?
Nope.
For last place you do. I've never gotten
Yeah.
last, so thank God. For last we do something every year.
We just started one.
Yeah, it's fun. I mean, the last person, if you get last place in fantasy, you honestly deserve to get something. So
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you have a
But-
favorite
but we-
punishment?
I mean, I would probably pick like a Denny's for like 24 hours, and then you
That one,
subtract the
yeah.
hours of how many pancakes you eat. I'd love that one. That one's hilarious to me. The ACT SAT is a classic one too.
Yeah.
Just something like that.
Okay.
I like the attend a WNBA game without your cell phone by yourself.
Oh, dude,
Yeah.
I've seen those. That's a good one.
I love my friends too much to do that to them.
Yeah. I would just sleep.
You
no,
probably would
there's
too.
no sleeping. You can't fucking sleep.
Oh, I couldn't stay up.
You'd be the
Just
janitor
go walk around and
cleaning.
eat some food.
Yo,
Yeah.
you gotta leave.
Go eat some food. Just go and eat some food while you're there. I know your ass has gotten last in a fantasy football league before.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh no.
Oh no. Really?
Yeah.
So you're a little better fantasy football than you are better, or no?
In the last 4 weeks, no.
Okay, well, we're going to start. We're going to give you guys one start and one sit for quarterback, running back, wide receiver, and tight end. So, quarterback, my start is, if he starts, is going to be Mike White. He's going against that Detroit Lions defense, man. And they're just so gettable. And he's got the weapons, man. But then my sit is Trevor Lawrence. I do not like the Jags this week. I mean, we've been talking about it a little earlier. I just really think that this Cowboys defense is going to eat his lunch. So that's why I'm sitting Lawrence. He had a great week last week, but he comes back to earth. Zach, I'll go to you next.
Yeah, my stardom is Herbert facing that fraudulent ass Titans team. 31st worst team against quarterbacks, and Titans I believe are the 4th best against running back. So naturally to see Herbert having a game.
Yep.
And my sit-em is unfortunately Tua, my boy. It's Tua. Don't start him in this week. It's going to be cold. He said today it snows in Alabama, guys. I mean, that's a little different than Buffalo.
He said that?
Yeah, he goes, guys, it snows in
Oh.
Alabama. I'm like, dude, come on. You're going to get screwed.
God.
His cold weather games history is not good, as I said earlier. I would not feel comfortable starting him again, honestly, until the offense proves itself. So
I'll promote your Herbert play because that entire offense is so much better with Mike Williams on the field.
oh my God.
Stud.
He's a monster.
He is amazing. So yeah, I like that. So my start, this is for anybody who had Kyler Murray or Lamar Jackson or who am I missing here? The other quarterback that just dropped, Jimmy Garoppolo, I guess.
Yeah.
Anyone that's just really been screwed over by injury lately, I think you're going to have a decent day. If you can't get anyone better with Matt Ryan, hasn't been putting up great points, but he is going against Minnesota's horrible defense. They give up the 6th most points to quarterbacks this year. I think he's just going to be throwing the ball a lot. He has some solid receivers with Pierce and Pittman and Paris Campbell. He can check it down to Jonathan Taylor and that receiving back, Zach Moss, that they got from Buffalo. So I think Matt Ryan has himself a decent day, a couple touchdowns, playing in the dome where he's comfortable. And then my bench, absolutely do not play Jared Goff this week. Very good at home, awful on the road. I would like to ask you guys, guess what his fantasy points per game on the road have been this year on average?
I guess like 8.
12.
Yeah, 9.32.
That's a good stat there.
Horrible.
Yeah, that's
so
bad.
If your league ends in the next 2 weeks, they're both road games for the Lions. Get rid of him. You don't need him. Don't ever play him on the road.
Nice. Okay.
That's a good stat to have.
Yeah.
All right, running back to start. I feel like I'm being such a homer this week, but I'm going Pacheco. He looked awesome last week, man. And they probably don't. They cover if they just run the ball. They just kept having Mahomes throw.
They just physically can't.
throw.
Yeah, they just physically can't run the ball more than 4 times in a row. They just physically can't do it.
Yeah, and it came back to almost bite him in the ass. So I think Andy Reid, I hope he learned. I hope.
Yeah.
And then I hate my sit. We are just messing up the Lion vibes big time. So I hope
we've been such Lion vibers.
I know, but we're sitting Swift. We're sitting Swift. He's been killing me in fantasy, and it's time to just pack it up. Let's try again next season.
Yep. Have to.
So my stardom is going to be Brian Robinson. Talked about earlier. I like his over prop. And I mean, in the playoffs, of a running back, all you want is volume. I think he gets over 20 touches this game. That's all I ask for on my running. If my running back's getting 10 carries, I get pissed. So all I want is volume out of my guys. So start him for sure. Sit him. I'm on the same plane as Ben here. I'm doing any Detroit running back. You can take Jamal out. You can take Swift out. I don't know who's going to do anything between those two, especially against his defense, and their volume's iffy. So I'll set both of those guys.
Yeah. I'm going to stay right in that game and go against the Lions vibes again, but my start is going to be Jets running back Zonovan Knight. He's really broken out the last 2 games, double-digit points each of the last 2, kind of become the lead back there, explosive player, and you can run basically all over Detroit's defense. So I like Knight to get double digits once again there. And my sit is going to be Kenneth Walker, coming back off that ankle injury, not going to be 100%, short week against the best defense in the league in San Francisco. You're probably, I mean, it's tough. It's going to be tough to sit him, but I don't think he's going to have a good week at all.
I agree. I agree heavily with Kenneth Walker too on sit him.
That Niners defense, I'm so on the Niners this week. And so,
dude, they allow like 50 yards a game running the ball the last 3 weeks. The Niners, they're unbelievable. Yeah. And Kenneth Walker isn't the best receiving back. They have other guys to do that on the Seahawks. So,
it's and as someone that really likes Kenneth Walker too, I hate
Sam.
saying
Yeah,
that.
He's a monster. Yeah, it's just a tough week for him, and he's coming off injury. I know he practiced fully today, but I don't know if he'll be 100%.
Yeah. Be safe.
Like if you have someone better on, if you have someone that's like the same thing on your bench, start him over Kenneth, unless it's like Swift. Then that's tough. Sorry. You're probably gonna lose. Sorry.
The wide receivers now that we're gonna go with, I'm going with Olave. The Saints, and this Falcons team, their defense has been all right, but Olave's been a monster, man.
He's
And
really
they're
good.
at home, aren't they? Yeah, they're at
Mhm.
home.
Yep,
So
they're
I
at home.
love Olave this week.
Yeah.
And I need to take this jersey off, but I'm going against Lazard. He was another guy I was really big on coming into the season. Watson, man, he stole that role.
Watson, yeah, he's a touchdown machine.
Yeah. And that Rams defense, they're not great, but if Lazard ever has to go up against Ramsey, like he gets 0 catches.
Mhm. My stardom, I'm kind of going the same thing with Ethan here on his quarterback. I'm going to go Pittman. I said earlier on, I like his prop a lot. I think it's 58.5. Vikings, we talked about it all show. Vikings have been just getting gashed. I think Colts need to keep pace. You talked about your prop for his Matt Ryan attempts. I love that. So give me Pittman there. Sit him, Mike Evans, or any Tampa Bay receiver at all. Whoever you want to do. Whoever you have, sit him. Godwin, sit him. Bengals are the 4th best versus wideouts. I mean, speaking of Evans, him and Brady's chemistry looks awful. They look like they hate each other. So you could sit Evans definitely over Godwin, but I would sit both of them if you can.
Yeah. 5 straight weeks for Evans not scoring in double digits. So
Yeah, sit him.
auto.
Yeah.
Bad. Yeah. I really like that play. And Ben, I like yours too, because my start's Christian Watson. Dude is an absolute machine. High double digits, 4 straight weeks, 8 touchdowns in the last 4 weeks. So yeah, just really finding his chemistry with Rodgers. They've had a bye week now to work on it. So, or work on it more. Not that it needed much more work, but yeah.
Ethan, I got a question. So I'm debating starting Waddle or Watson. Waddle's my boy. I've been starting him all year, but what do I do?
I think you have to go Watson.
I do
know.
too.
I know.
I have Waddle in 2 of my leagues, and I'm trying to debate where I go.
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, he's so due for a Waddle game, but I don't know. Especially with Hill banged up. But yeah, I mean, I think they both do decent. Watson's very touchdown dependent, but I could see him scoring a good amount of points against the Rams. So,
but yeah, one thing I like about Watson a lot is that they get him involved in the run game. I'm always looking for that on fantasy. If they're getting their receivers and tight ends running the football, that means they're trying to get them more involved. They like their skill set, so I really like that for Watson. And yeah, LA gives up the 10th most points to receivers, so I like Watson quite a bit. And my sit is going to be Gabe Davis for the Bills. Just so hit or miss. I mean, that he's basically getting a 60-yard touchdown, or he has 2 catches for 22 yards. Like, there's really no in between. You're going to want a guy, like Zach said, that has some consistent production.
Gotta get volume in
You
playoffs,
need like 8
man.
targets, so he's not the guy.
Okay, we're going to move on to tight ends. My tight end start is Dalton Schultz. And do you guys know how many targets he had last week?
It was like over 11, wasn't it?
It's close. He had 10. He had double-digit targets.
Yeah.
And
Dak loves Schultz. Ever since Schultz became even last year, he likes him.
He does. So if you have Schultz, you got to roll him out. And
especially how bad the tight ends are. You got it. Yeah, I totally agree with Schultz here.
Yeah. The tight end is a barren landscape this year. Almost every year it is.
It's a good way to put it.
Higbee's my sit. This Packers team, defense isn't great, but this Rams team, man, I do not love them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree. My stardom is David Njoku. I know he's questionable right now, but him and Deshaun, they look like they had some chemistry going. I think he gets his red zone targets like he usually does as well. I mean, I'm gasping for straws here, but I mean, I don't know. Maybe he does. Maybe he gets a touchdown. Probably more points than half the Titans will have just with 7 points. So my sit-em is Pat Freiermuth. I know he's been pretty good this year, but he looks like he was injured. He only played 50% of the snaps last week. So as I talk about volume, I'm not sure I like his volume as much as I would other guys. So I'd sit Freiermuth as well.
Yeah. Yeah, I hope you're right there with Njoku. That's my fantasy tight end. He gets the questionable tag every Tuesday, Wednesday.
Oh, really? Okay, cool.
Yeah, he always gets it. He has missed a couple games, but yeah, he always gets that. My start is going to be Gerald Everett from the Chargers. We all watched on Sunday Night Football. He's pretty involved in that passing offense with Justin Herbert. Likes him quite a bit. So I like Everett to get his fair share of targets this week.
He was almost mine.
Yeah. And like you said, I mean, tight ends are so few and far between that, I think his target share alone should be an auto start. And I'm actually going to bench Evan Ingram. he had obviously the biggest game of his career. That's not going to repeat. He's actually had 2 good games back to back, but I'm just going to need more before I can believe in him. So I'm going to take a shot benching Ingram this week. And I also just want to mention for the starting tight end in Yahoo leagues, at least the ones I'm involved in, Jeff Driscoll of the Texans is listed quarterback/tight end. And he split snaps with Davis Mills at quarterback last week. So
that's a really good
Jeff
point.
Driscoll into your tight end slot. That's kind of a boomer bust, but I mean,
Hey, it's worth the shot, man.
Yeah, if you don't have Kelsey, you might just look for Driscoll. I mean,
Or Hawkinson. I have Hawkinson. I'm starting him too. Just saying.
I would almost take a shot on Driscoll.
Whatever. But hey, no, Driscoll, if he plays 50% of quarterback snaps, I'm taking my chances.
Yeah, 100%. So,
You guys have any departing thoughts?
Don't bet the Titans.
Yeah. Don't bet the Titans. Go Panthers.
Yeah, Panther squad,
Keep
right?
bounding.
Tune in next week to watch Ben take a shot of hot sauce.
It's not happening, man.
And I think our big 3 will be better next week than it was this past week.
It has to be.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, but me and Ben cannot go 3-0. We fade each other on one of our picks, so someone's got to come on top. Ben's going against us here. He's doing the shot with you and fade me in the big 3. I like it.
Yep.
I kind of want to. I think betting the Bucks, you deserve to do it in the beginning if you lose. And same way, I mean, Ben, you could take it in the beginning too.
Yeah, we'll do it at the beginning.
No, do it after the intro. Let Ben do his intro, and then he takes it, and then.
Yeah. Before we
Don't mess up the show.
Before we get into content.
Yeah, I agree.
Gotcha.
I will be the narrator here, and I will say before we start the slate and everything, we'll do it.
Yeah, there we go. Perfect.
So then Ethan's really thinking about like, damn, this is good. His head's hurting. He's sweating.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll be sweating for Ben. Tampa's covering, boys. I think Tampa. I'll go on air and say it right now. I think Tampa wins out the season.
Wins out the rest of their games. You should bet that. You should
I think
bet that.
go 4-0.
Okay, you should bet that. You're gonna look really dumb or really smart. Yeah. So
that's going to do it for the Better and Green podcast, guys. My name's Ben Bentley. With me is Ethan Bainbridge and Zach Stengel. Hopefully you guys win some money this week, and we think if you take any of the advice we gave you that you probably will win some. Follow us on Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram at Better Green. That's Better, BETTOR Green. Listen to our podcasts on Spotify, Amazon Music, and more. And subscribe to us on YouTube to see the highlights from the show. And we're going to be seeing Ethan drinking some hot sauce here soon. So you really want to make sure you're subscribed.
Yeah, tune in next week. Catch the Bucks and Bengals game. And let us know who you're rooting for. I want to know in the comments who you hope has to take the shot.
Yeah.
Dude, everyone watching hopes it's you. I'm telling you right now. Ben is like the nice sweetheart. No one wants to see Ben do it. People want to see you do it, Ethan.
We'll see. Okay. They'll be disappointed if that's the case.
All right, guys. We'll see you guys in the next episode.
Peace, guys.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Welcome to Better Win Green, eh? To Better Win Green, eh? To Better Win Green, eh? Listen in and cash out. That's what it's all about. Come on, let's make cash now. We always on spot and we cover all spot from the bottom to the top. Hey, shout out to Ethan, shout out to Zed, shout out to Ben. Welcome to our podcast. Better Win Green.